What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to the final episode of the NFC North Ultimate Rebuild. For those of you that don't know, the last episode, part 3 of 4, was us taking over the Detroit Lions. We won the Super Bowl 66, defeating the Buffalo Bills 20-17. Our team was very good. Now this is the team that we're going to be trying to go up against with the Green Bay Packers. This is a team got Lane Johnson, David DeCastro, Kyle Rudolph, Randall Cobb, Patrick Mahomes, Ezekiel Elliott, Tariq Cohen, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs. Defense, just a couple guys you might have heard of. Marcus Peters, Yannick Ngakoue, Daniil Hunter, George Jenkins, maybe a Deion Jones, maybe a Land Cole. It's just not going to be a fun time. It's not going to be a fun time, but we need to showcase just how good of a team we have put into this world to try to go in and compete against. Now, we're going over to the Packers. Let's get a quick look at that roster and then jump quickly into year one off-season of the Ultimate Rebuild. So the Green Bay Packers, this is what we had taken over. We got a very good Aaron Rodgers, no surprise, but he is 35, so great, super old. We have LaShawn McCoy and Tevin Coleman in the backfield. Okay, not bad. Ruben Randall, for whatever reasons, a 98 overall. We still have an old man in Deshaun Jackson and Greg Jennings doing their thing. Tight end, we got a bunch of dudes. Offensive line is, you got Wisniewski, who's a 96. Davin Joseph, 86. Rest of that, definitely need to work up and build up this O-line. For the defense, what are we rocking here, fellas? Are we rocking a 4-3 or a 3-4? Because why is DeForest Buckner playing defensive end and he's not playing at all? So that's just stupid. And why is Whitney Merciless? All right, well, what we're going to do here is that we're slowly, if we're going to stay in the 3-4, which, hey, why not switch it up a little bit? We're going to have to modify some of these positions to get our best players in positions to succeed. Definitely DeForest Buckner, one of the best defensive tackles in the National Football League. We got Brown, he's good. Timmons is super old. Linebackers are all pretty old. I'm not going to lie, we're pretty much going to try to move on from Marquis Smith. That's just bad juju having him on one of my teams. Kendall Fuller looks like a beast. I remember when we looked at the preview last time, our secondary looks on point. We got Derwin James. Is that Eddie Jackson? Derwin James and Eddie Jackson? Okay, even though Eddie Jackson's not nearly as good as he is in real life. Okay, we got some guys in our special teams. Literally, the combined age of our special teams is 81 years old. So we got to get younger, and we're probably going to have to find Aaron Rodgers' replacement sooner than later. So it's going to be a good rebuild. Let's get into it. So looking at our first free agency period, this roster is in shambles for being a 3-4 defense. So we're just going to look for some depth. We got Loic Kikaha, Marcus Hardison, who actually kind of fits a 3-4 end, Jake Elliott, Bradley Pinion coming in on special teams, and then Shaq Mason, who's currently a center, and we'll slide him out. Both of our guard spots are open for a brand new starter, and we've seen with New England, clearly a very, very talented guard. So we are picking up at the draft, the 2019 draft, and here is how it's shaped up. Definitely going in a different direction than what the Packers did in real life. In the first round, Greg Jennings retired, so I wanted to add another wide receiver and wanted to have him on the roster to grow with Deshaun Jackson. So we got Hollywood Brown, 78 star dev, out of Oklahoma, 96 speed, 96 acceleration. Definitely needs to develop his catching just a little bit, but I think he's going to be a stud. Second round, we got Ben Banigou, the outside linebacker from TCU, 77 quick, really nice rating. He's a tremendous athlete, had a huge combine, so I'll take that. Third round, we got Michael Dieter. Garrett from Wisconsin. Fourth round, Bryce Love, running back from Stanford, 74 quick, 93 speed, 95 acceleration. Looking to bounce back from an awful final year at Stanford. Fifth round, we got Draymond Jones, drafted him as a D tackle, moved him to defensive end. Again, trying to build up this 3-4 defense that's been misdrafted for the last couple years. Sixth round, we got backup to Aaron Rodgers in Tyree Jackson. And then the seventh round, bringing in Isaiah Buggs, defensive end from Alabama, to fill out the depth chart. Looking at how the rest of the division drafted, just to be nosy, the Minnesota Vikings got Devin Bush, Marquise Blair, oh my God, the 70s, Andy Isabella, Benny Snell. That's a huge draft from the Minnesota, beating us, I think, for sure. The Bears got Caleb McGarry, Darrell Henderson, Miles Boykin, Van Ginkel, Deshaun. That's not a bad draft. Not a great draft, but also not a bad draft. And your defending Super Bowl champion, Detroit Lions, got Jeffrey Simmons, Chase Vinovich, Austin Bryant, Trayvon Wesco. It's an all right draft. I think we come in number 2. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to be coming in number 2. That Vikings draft was ridiculous. But we did a good job. We did a good job as we get into year one of the ultimate rebuild of the Green Bay Packers. So as we enter year number 1, here's how our team is shaping up. On the offensive side, we were unable to get Shaq Mason in free agency, but we were able, for some reason he was there, and whatever reason in this world, he is good. We had Eric Flowers, 86 quick. He's 25. He will be our starting left tackle. Outside of him and Wisniewski, the offensive line is not great. Gonna have to work on building that up. I think that's why our offense has slipped into the 89s. Skill positions look pretty good, though. Orson Charles is an 88. We got Deshaun Jackson, Ruben Randall, and Hollywood Brown. LaShawn McCoy and Bryce Love make up our running backs with Aaron Rodgers here at QB. Defensively, very good. 97 overall. We got Buckner, Brown, and Ansa on the defensive line. Fuller, Awuzie, Phillip Gaines, who's a 93. Dante Jackson, 79. Derwin James up to a 90. And we're actually going to have Derwin James play our money backer role. So that's going to get Eddie Jackson on the field more so we can develop him a bit. We have Smith, Duke Riley, Lawrence Timmons, Whitney Merciless at the linebacking core. Ben Banagoo, we want to try to get him involved because he is 77 with a quick dev trait. And then we got Huff here. What's his first name? Marquestion Huff at free safety. He is an 89. So the team is pretty good. I don't know. It's probably going to take us a little bit, year or two, to finally figure out where we're at. But when you always have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, you never know. He could very well lead us into the playoffs. We'll see if that's the case. Trying to find a way to improve our offensive line. The freaking Steelers desperately needed a middle linebacker, so we're able to flip Morrison at 76 quick for Joe Thuney, who's a year younger, but only a 79 normal. So, hey, we'll take it, though. We need to improve our offensive line. We got like a low 70 starting at one of the guards, and bring over Thuney. We made another trade improving our offensive line. This wasn't one I wanted to make because I did like Mo Hurst in terms of development, had a good dev trade. But this is just too much to offer the Seattle Seahawks. Benock, who is an 81. I think he's 27 in a contract year. Clearly wasn't going to re-sign, so we sent them a very young, promising defensive tackle to get in a just above average, limited upside tackle in Benock. So here we are in the 2020 draft class. To give you guys a rundown who's in it. I mean, this is players that some of you guys, if you don't watch a lot of college football, you won't know who they are. But at the quarterback spot, we got Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jake Fromm in the first round. And this could be the year. Aaron Rodgers is in a contract year. We're going to try our best to extend him. But regardless of what we do with him, this could be the year we look for his replacement. Even getting into the middle rounds, Jordan Love, Jacob Eason, KJ Costello, Derek King, all these guys could be interesting replacements, at least to have on the roster and see if we can develop. In the backfield, I mean, there are some really good running backs. Drafting Bryce Love in the mid-rounds last season doesn't mean we're going to completely eliminate that. It's a strong running back class. Jonathan Taylor, Etienne, Najee Harris, DeAndre Swift, Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, all are going to be very, very good. I think you're probably talking about all these players, probably 75 plus. The wide receiver position, Jerry Jeudy might be the best wide receiver that college football has seen in the last 5 years. We did already use a first-round draft pick in Hollywood Brown, but, I never would eliminate bringing in another deep threat. Tight end, we're good. Offensive line, I mean, we did make a bunch of trades to try to improve that offensive line, but if any of these guys slip, we definitely could be in play for one of them. But I think we're decent at offensive line. On the defensive side, it's, again, trying to... Whatever poor roster management got this team in the shape of built like a 4-3, but we're playing a 3-4. I mean, some of these guys, there's no real big 3-4 defensive ends here, but some of these guys can transition to outside linebacker. Gross Matos from Penn State, Jalen Phillips from the UCLA transfer. AJ Apenza definitely could play in a 3-4, even though for whatever reason it doesn't say he's a scheme fit. Same with LeBron Ray from Alabama. Inside, there's some nose tackles there. Derek Brown can play nose tackle. Raekwon Davis can play nose tackle. Going down a little bit later, Marvin Wilson can play nose tackle. So it's a decent draft for outside linebacker for depth. Anthony Jennings is definitely a scheme fit. Any of these guys inside would help as we got to get younger at linebacker. Patty Fisher, Terrell Lewis, Kenny Willekes, and Josh Uche, all of them could play outside linebacker in our scheme. Secondary, there's some really good corners. Fulton, Henderson, Adebo, Bryce Hall, Trayvon Diggs, AJ Terrell. Free safety, Grant Delpit, probably the creme de la creme in this draft in terms of OP players. And a strong safety, Khalil Hudson, Isaiah Simmons in that weird safety linebacker role. I think they could be versatile on your defense. So that is a preview of the draft class. Who are we going to draft? I have no idea at this given time. We're just focusing on making a playoff run. So at the midway point of year one, we are exceptionally good. 7-1 on the season. And of course, the team that we just built that is also incredibly overpowered, the Detroit Lions, defending Super Bowl champions, are 7-1. I think our one loss is to the Lions when we played them. It was. We lost 24-21. Annoying. And we knew that was going to be the issue. This is the whole point of the rebuild. Is so we're going up against a freak team like this. It's not going to be this. We're inheriting a 94 overall and just going to cakewalk our way to a divisional title. Look at that contract extensions. There's a huge one, obviously, with Aaron Rodgers, and there's a reason why we got both these players fairly easy because they're in contract years, but we'll see if we can get them right away. Bannock, got him. Joe Tooney, got him. Got him. So Aaron Rodgers only wants a 1-year deal. If this is how he's going to do it, it's going to be annoying for our short-term cap space, but he's clearly playing at a high level still. So as long as we can maintain extending all these other big-time players, like Timmons is a 93, but even with 2 years of regression, he's still going to be like low 80s at worst. We don't really need to pay for a fullback here. Buckner for sure. We want to get him locked up. 86 star. Oof. Wants a little bit more money. So Buckner, we're going to make sure we can renegotiate with him. 88. Orson Childs is actually not that bad. We'll see if he takes this offer. If he does, we'll take it. So we'll come back to the table with DeForest Buckner. And obviously Aaron Rodgers. And at the end of year 1, got that first round by 12-4, just edging out the Detroit Lions, who are 11-5 on the season. Take it, man. We will take that every damn day of the week. And it looks like the moves to get Bannock and Eric Flowers in free agency, Tooney in a trade. We went all out on the offensive line, and it seems to pay dividends as we're able to, solidify the offense. Get our team 96 overall, 95 offense, 99 defense. Look at what everyone did. We did get Aaron Rodgers back on a 1-year deal. I think it's like $25 million, which is absurd, but he's still very, very good. 4,300 passing yards, 36 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. For a running back attack, LaShawn McCoy, even up to his age, still pretty productive. 950 yards, 8 tutties. Bryce Love was all right for a rookie. On the receiving standpoint, 102 catches, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns for Deshaun Jackson. Ruben Randall, 856 and 14. Hollywood Brown, as a rookie, 76 catches, 1,107. He might have got himself a Rookie of the Year award. Charles was decent from tight end. I actually am kind of regretting paying him that money, knowing that we got Mark Andrews, who's also an 80 overall. I wasn't thinking. Defensively, Derwin James, playing money backer, led the team. 109 tackles, 5 TFLs, a sack and a half, 2 interceptions. We got 10 TFLs, 12 sacks from Ziggy Ansah. Buckner with 8 and 8. Brown with 11 and 6.5. Not bad. Huff led the team with 3 picks. Interceptions, definitely acceptable. With the yearly awards MVP, went to Deshaun Watson of the 7 and 9 Bills. Come on. Mahomes coming in at number 3. Aaron Rodgers at number 4. Looking at the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, went to Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Rodgers coming in at number 5. Defensive Player of the Year went to Luke Kuechly. Deion Jones at 2. We had Lawrence Timmons at 6. Derwin James at 7. I like seeing it. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Darrell Henderson, beating out Hollywood Brown. Oh, come on. Bryce Love coming in at 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Voshan Joseph Banagu, coming in at number 2. Rotational outside linebacker for us. I mean, we had some individual success. Clearly, we had some team success within the North. Let's find out who we're going to be taking on in the NFC Divisional Round, and it is going to be, oh baby, we have to play this game. I usually never want to touch gameplay, putting my own influence on things. But when they're going up in the first round, not only against the divisional rival, but against a team that we've already rebuilt, let's see who the better team is. Let's see who the better goddamn team is. Let's get it.
Fucking bullshit!
All right, we're at the end of year 2. Literally, how recording on PC works is you hit your quick key. I was doing the opposite. So literally when I thought I was recording, I'd stop recording, and when I was recording, I wasn't saying anything. So you guys didn't see anything from the year 1 offseason through now. So I'm gonna give you a quick recap about everything that happened, as well as going through our stats. So we finished 9-7. The Lions, who beat us week 17. 35-10, who you just saw the last clip would have been, I tried to record the gameplay. We got smoked by the Lions. I actually had a bunch of rages. I swore a bunch, which is actually pretty good because it'll help me with the old demonetization. We got spanked by our Lions in the playoffs last year, and then for the playoffs in year 2, spanked by the Lions yet again. But I will quickly show you the draft class and everything that we brought in. So we brought in Jordan Love. We drafted him 2nd round out of Utah State. Running back, this is our big pick. Our big first selection, Travis Etienne from Clemson. Through his first year, he's already up to an 85. He was drafted as a star dev player. He's huge, man, out of Clemson. When I was actually not recording, I compared him athletically. He might be the closest thing to Saquon Barkley in terms of a pure athlete. I think Saquon still gets a little bit of an edge, but he's really, really damn good. Definitely could be the first running back selected next year. We brought in Warship here, the fullback, later. We drafted J.D. Spielman late. Fast wide receiver from Nebraska. I'm not going to lie. Let's see who else we drafted. We brought in Ryan Kelly via free agency. He was one of the lone free agents. He was actually the only free agent that we signed. Converted him from a center. We brought in Christian Rector out of USC. He's a 73. We got the big Canadian D tackle from Oklahoma, Neville Gallimore, 73. He's going to be top depth for the time being behind Malcolm Brown. And I think that was it when it came to, I think we got Jalen Johnson too out of Utah. A lot of like mock drafts right now have him as a potential first round prospect. I think we got him in the 4th round. So that was our draft. Now we're trying to tidy this up here a little bit. Let's look at the stats at the end of year 2 as we did fail. We were able in terms of contracts to extend Aaron Rodgers for 1 more year. He was definitely the biggest one that was up for grabs. But looking at our stats here as we try to get to year 3 of the rebuild, Aaron Rodgers started to slow down just a little bit. 3,800 passing yards, 30 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Or 5 interceptions. That's literally what his stats were last year. It's so ingrained in my brain. 13 picks. So he had more than double. Almost 3 times as much as what he had last season. And, maybe he's feeling the pressure a little bit of Jordan Love. Who knows? Etienne, that's all, how could I below average, but running the sim, it is what it is. No 1,000-yard receivers, very annoying. Defensively, Philip Gaines led the team with 84 tackles. Weird. Malcolm Brown, really good year from D tackle. Pretty much in real life, playing like Kenny Clark. 15 TFLs, 10.5 sacks. Other than that, the sacks were not acceptable. Turnovers in the secondary, that's actually not that bad. That's a lot of interceptions. I will take that. Quick look at the yearly awards. Trubisky got the MVP. But we're not going to see a whole lot of Green Bay Packers on this list. Nope. Defensive player of the year went to Bobby Wagner. No Packers. Offensive rookie of the year went to Etienne. Cool. I'll take it. Richie Moore, our fullback, coming in at 6. Defensive rookie of the year went to C.J. Henderson. And Big Neville, Big N, coming in at number 10. I'll take that. But, technical issues aside, wasn't a good year in year number 2, but we still have the Aaron Rodgers hype train for 1 more season. We're going into a very, very popular draft class headed by the number 1 overall prospect, probably the number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. And unless Aaron Rodgers surprisingly retires, probably not going to be in on those sweepstakes. For free agency for year number 2, we're looking at bringing in Big John Allen, who is a scheme fit to come play defensive end and shore up our line, replacing and probably, let's be honest, an upgrade over the aging Ziggy Ansah. All the quarterbacks were gone. All the middle linebackers were gone. Those are the 2 spots we wanted. So I'm going to trade back. I'm going to trade pick 119 for a 2nd and a 3rd next year from the Colts. So recapping our 2021 draft class, we traded out of the 1st round because literally nothing was there. In the 2nd round, we got KJ Hamler, very talented wide receiver from Penn State. Didn't really need wide receiver. We pretty much were in a scenario that our draft board, in terms of needs, didn't really, work out well for us. So we just went best player available. We got a gigantic offensive lineman in Daniel Falele from Minnesota. Look at the size of this human being. 6'9", 400 pounds. Sure, why not? We got Trey Hilgard from Georgia. 5th round, we actually get a really nice sleeper in Josh Ross, middle linebacker from Michigan. Very, very quick, 71, quick to have middle linebackers where we desperately need a starter alongside Duke Riley. Maybe Ross can take it and run with it. And we got Moultrie as depth outside linebacker. We're gonna easily, because he's small. I only had 1 linebacker, middle linebacker on roster, and we're running a 3-4. We need depth there, so actually we'll just convert him over, which he 5-point regression. That's annoying. Wasn't a great draft class, but hey, we got 2 more draft classes to go. They're going to be randomly generated from Madden, so we should be able to cheese and draft very, very well because I'm draft king, baby. Year 3 in the ultimate rebuild for the Green Bay Packers is here, and changes, not a lot. Not a lot has happened on the offense. We've lost some players, but, no more Deshaun Jackson, no more LaShawn McCoy, but it's just the young guys are developing fairly nicely. We are seeing some regression here in Aaron Rodgers, who's fallen to a 96. Ruben Randall actually took a 4-point regression. He was 98 last season, now down to a 94. But we can see Hollywood Brown developing very, very nicely. He's up into the 90s. And I'm actually going to have to make a business decision here. I'm going to make Mandrews the starting tight end, as Charles has started to regress, and Andrews is like 4 years younger. But we're still a 93 offense. Defensively, we're 95 in terms of changes. Off the top of my head, I don't think there's a single one outside of the linebacking core where we have no more Whitney Merciless. We actually released Merciless. Bannigan will be the new starter. Duke Riley and Ross, our 5th round selection out of Michigan, will be starting middle linebacker. I don't know if that's going to bite us in the ass or not. We have potential to maybe move Derwin James inside and have Eddie Jackson play safety. let's actually, you know what? Let's get a quick preview of that. Because Derwin James can pretty much play linebacker. If I move in the middle linebacker, he's going to fall from a 98 to what? I'm going to guess 86, 85. Goes from a 98 to a 98. So he stays it. There we go. There's the businesses. Derwin James is moving to middle linebacker. We'll have Eddie Jackson at strong safety. I like it. We have we have Fuller's a 99. Philip Gaines is a 90. Awuje's a 90. We also have Dante Jackson is an 84. Best secondary in the National Football League. So let's try and make the playoffs. And for the love of God, let's beat the Detroit Lions for once. Midway point of year 3, we are 4-4, which is 4-4, and we're at 95, 95, 97. Very frustrating, but we are technically first in the NFC North as everyone else is having a down year. So, hey, let's just keep on keeping on, get an ugly 7-8-1 or something like that, and sneak into the playoffs. Look at the contracts. The big two we're starting with. We have Derwin James, now a middle linebacker, 98. Of course, he's got to want more money. I wonder how much that is going to shoot ourselves in the foot, because I bet his deal would have been cheaper if he was a safety. If Aaron Rodgers wants another 1-year deal, even though our team's struggling, we do not have a suitable replacement, so we'll make sure we can hammer our deal with Derwin James. We're going to let Philip Gaines walk because we already re-signed Dante Jackson. We re-signed Kuku Kute. We'll come back to the table with Mark Andrews, and all will be good in the world. The end of year number 3, I'm not joking. Look at this. So we were 4-4. We finished 5-11. How do I look at my team? Team schedule. Thank you. Look at this. Look at this shit. You want to see this? You want to see garbage? Look at that. Okay, so we're here, around here, right? We play the Bills. We win. 1, 2, 3. We lost. Looking at the stats, Rodgers is slipping, but he's still our guy. Etienne went over 1,000 yards, almost 1,100 yards. We actually had a decent running attack comparing both those players. 1,000-yard receiver in Kiki Tugute. Hollywood Brown, okay season. Duke Riley, 130 tackles, leading the team. 10.5 sacks from Buckner, 14 TFLs. Allen coming in as our big free agent signing. Wasn't bad. 8 TFLs, 7 sacks. Kendall Fuller had 3 picks, kind of expected for a 99 overall. It doesn't matter. James Winston's the MVP. Offensive player went to Mitchell Trubisky. There's going to be I don't think we're going to have a single player on any of these things. Nope. Offensive rookie of the year. Nope. Look, Randy Moss's kid gets in before us. Defensive rookie of the year. Moultrie at 5. Whatever. Whatever. Let's get in the year. Get in the offseason. What a garbage year, man. So looking at free agency as we go into the third offseason into year 4, I'm looking at spending some big time money. First up is Anthony Miller, getting an upgrade over Kiki Kute as our slot. You have Hollywood Brown, Ruben Randall, Anthony Miller would be one of the best wide receiver tandems in the National Football League. And then we're just looking for Kaiser White for safety depth. Oh shit, at pick 4, I wasn't even prepared for this. I forgot it was like the first custom draft class. At pick number 4 in the first round, we select Ben Hartzell. Turns out to be an 81 superstar dev quarterback out of UCLA. I was a little bit worried about the age. He's 24. But I was like, all right, let's go for it, man. He looks pretty good. Double A minuses. 81 superstar. Let's go. If Rodgers doesn't pick it up, we still got 2 years left of this rebuild. Could be the Hartzell era. So it would, how fitting. Like the last month or two of Madden, I have my best draft class ever. This draft class, simply absurd. If this was Draft Wars, this would have been like the most one-sided Draft Wars ever. So in the first round, as you saw, we got Ben Hartzell. 81 superstar dev quarterback out of UCLA. Second round, we got Javon Duckett, free safety from Oklahoma, 78 normal. I think he was like top 15, top 20 in true talent. Second round, we got James Steele, 74 normal dev linebacker out of Duke. Third round, we got Tariq Peterson, 76 normal tackle from Minnesota. Third round, we got Kerry Shore, D tackle from Texas A&M, 74. Fourth round, we got Ransford Jordan, 74 corner from Pitt. You see the 94, 93. Oh, also has a star dev. So like the ages, usually you want to stay away from 24-year-olds. It's paying dividends here. Fifth round, final pick. We traded away. We got Donald Robbins, a fullback from Wisconsin. Oh, just has star dev as well. So we literally hit on all of our picks, and the dev traits were simply insane as we get into year 4 of the Ultimate Rebuild. Year 4 for the Green Bay Packers, looking for something of a bounce back. If not, this is going to be basically the last year for Aaron Rodgers. If he can get us in the playoffs, he's going to be our QB. If not, we're going to have to gamble. Like, I'm going to look at the halfway point of year, and if we're below 500, we're going to go with Hartzell. Try to capitalize, try to catch fire, and see what we can do. Because Rodgers still Aaron Rodgers, still 95, he's 38, but he's looking 38. He's looking every bit of 38. In terms of offense, only real change, we brought in Anthony Miller through free agency, and Wisniewski took a big old regression. Other than that, everything remains basically the same for a 93. Offense, defense is a 95. In terms of changes, I don't think there's one damn change. We're ready to go. We're rock and rolling. We got chemistry. It's time to get double-digit wins and get back into the playoffs. Halfway point of the year, we're 4-4. We're making the QB change. Hartzell's already got on +2 sitting behind Rodgers. Rodgers not doing good enough, man. You gotta do better. You simply have to do better. Looking at outside, we're obviously gonna leave his contract up in the air. We want to bring Malcolm Brown. We want Malcolm Brown's long-distance cousin, Hollywood Brown. We're gonna like Ruben Randall, even though we're starting to regress just a little bit. He's still gonna, he'll regress fine. We'll come back to the table on him. Ben Bandigou's been really good at outside linebacker for us. So, come back to the table there. Other than that, these guys are just solid depth players that we have drafted throughout the years. Tooney's probably gonna fall out of the 70s. Marcus Smith's gonna be like low 80s. So, yeah, Rodgers' contract will be up in the air, and we'll come back to the table on Ruben Randall and Ben Bandigou. It worked! It worked at the end of year 4, making the change at 4-4 with Aaron Rodgers. We went 6-2 down the stretch with Hartzell, the heartthrob out of UCLA. You're slanging that rock. I love it, man. You know what? Honestly, if I had to dispel the myth, I'm gonna think dev traits has something to do. It's, you think it's XP. I think dev traits have something to do with the sim. I don't know. I don't know why that is. I just feel like maybe that's just conspiracy theory time. But look at that, man. We ended up winning the NFC North 10-6. Looking at the stats here. I mean, yeah, there you go. Way better stats. Hard sell. 2020-5. You only imagine if he was our starter, he probably would have been 30-some plus touchdowns. So at the end of an era, man, this is like a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers all over again, except it's Aaron Rodgers and Ben Hartzell. Around the ball, Etienne was very good. Man, this combo is real nice. You actually know what I'm going to do? Remind me, I didn't offer Bryce Love a contract. He's working really well with Etienne. We'll try and get him locked up as well. 2,000-yard receivers. Miller went over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Exactly what we paid for in free agency. Ruben Randall, 1,000 yards, 7 tutties. Not bad years from Brown. The Oklahoma duo of Brown and Andrews. Duke Riley, 124 tackles, 8 TFLs, 5.5 sacks, and interception. 10.5 sacks, 18 TFLs from Buckner. 18 TFLs, 9.5 sacks from Malcolm Brown. John Allen all over the place. That is great production from our front three. Kendall Fuller leading the team with 3 interceptions. And the rest of the team interceptions are acceptable. Yearly awards, MVP went to Mr. Biscuit, Mitchell Trubisky. Don't think we're going to see a whole lot of Green Bay Packers here, but I don't know. You might be surprised. Eric Kendrick. Oh, Duke Riley, runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year. That's pretty cool. Offensive Rookie went to Ben Hartzell, who straight up played in 8 games. Embarrassing to everyone else that made this list. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Bryant Freeman. The Bears drafted well on the defensive side. They got 2 80s. 84 and 86. Good God. That's what we're going up against. Kerry Shore coming in number 10, who's our mid-round pick. So we got the Atlanta Falcons up first. It is only year 4 of the fire rebuild, so we won't hop in and get the gameplay. It already burnt us the first time, even though the gameplay got glitched. We got burnt pretty bad. So let's see in this wild card round rematch from Week 17 if we could put it on the Atlanta Falcons yet again. And there we go, 24-21. The Green Bay Packers roll. Hartzell wasn't lights out, but he didn't turn the ball over 230 yards and a touchdown. Etienne get a tutty. I'm not really sure where all our points came from, but we'll take it. Derwin James, a couple sacks across the board. Is there a scoring summary anywhere? Probably not, but cool. Big win. And in the division round, we knock off the Rams in a very close matchup, 23-21. Hartzell again, just bang on above average, no turnovers. Etienne controlled the clock, it looks like, defensively. We got a couple sacks, Malcolm Brown, no turnovers, but we dumped the Rams, which sets up an NFC Championship game against the 9-7 Philadelphia Eagles. And we got smoked, 34-13. It was only a matter of time till this. He just wasn't having good games. He wasn't having bad games. Just wasn't having good. He wasn't taking them over like I would expect a superstar, young stud. Our run game got absolutely nerfed, and we got spanked by the Eagles. But hey, it was a good run, and we still have one more season, Super Bowl or bust time, to finish out the NFC North Ultimate Rebuild Series with the Green Bay Packers. So as we're in the final year of this entire rebuild. It's time to spend our money. So we're looking at Montez Sweat at defensive end. We'll bring him in and make him a right outside linebacker. TJ Hawkinson at tight end, just an upgrade over Mandrews. We got Max Garcia, Florida Gator at center. We're actually probably either going to flip him or Wisniewski to one of the guard spots. And I would like to bring back Bryce Love, who's been productive in pairing with Etienne in our backfield. We landed all of our free agents. I guess the good news, also before we look at our draft recap for Packer fans, is that Aaron Rodgers retired this offseason, so it wasn't like we let him go. We actually had incredible luck in getting his replacement. The draft was, I'm not going to lie, I auto-drafted it because it looked so shit. Like, I set my draft board up. I got, the first 5 players that I'm not going to lie, that guy was randomly drafted. These first 4 were guys that I identified that I would like to bring in, but the draft looked really, really bad. Not nearly as good as last year's draft, and we actually still had a pretty good haul of it. The back end sucked, but we got Latavian Hayes, who's projected going like the 4th round. I just grabbed him right away. And what is with these 24-year-olds being unreal? But he's still a 76 normal. 2nd round, we got Hardy here, 74 normal. Who's like a really good athlete. Look at that speed, man. That guy almost got 80 speed for like a goddamn O-lineman. We got Zeitler in the 3rd round, 74. Nua, defensive end in the 4th, 78 normal. Take that every damn day of the week. We got Lester's a 75 quick tight end. Full credit to the computer here. I did not identify that guy as a prospect. And the draft sucked. But hey, we're going into year 5. We spent a bunch of money in free agency. Let's go 16-0, Year 5, end of the series. This part. It's always hard. It's always hard. We have a really good team. Again, I mean, what is expected? It's expected us to have a really good team. 97 overall, 97 offense, 99 defense. On the offense, Max Garcia welcomes himself to the O-line that has only 190 right now. And shockingly, that is Eric Flowers. We brought in TJ Hawkinson in free agency as a 10-point upgrade over Andrews. We got Miller. We got Etienne's up to a 94. Hartzell's an 88. Hollywood Brown's a 94. Randall has regressed, but he still is 87, which is pretty good. Defensively, we're at 99. We welcome Montez Sweat, who goes from a 99 defensive end to a 95 outside linebacker. I still will take that. Derwin James is a 99. Ben Bandigo's a 91. Eddie Jackson did hit a pretty rough regression, but luckily enough, Kaiser White did get like 3 or 4 dev points last year, which is kind of weird, but I'll take it. Awuje, Fuller, and Jack. We have a 99 in Fuller. Dante Jackson's a 90. Awuje's a 93. Our secondary is filthy. Buckner's a 93. Brown's a 95. John Allen's 90. It's just, even our special teams is good. Pinion's a 92 and Elliott's an 88. This team is stacked. This team is juiced to the gills. We're going to run the table, and we're going to win a Super Bowl. And at the end of year 5, the end of the road, 13-3. Beautiful. Absolute beautiful. First round bye. Our team is almost a 99. I don't know. There's probably some of you guys that are diehards and that know if we've reached a perfect 99 at any point in this rebuild, but I think it's probably just our special teams that's holding us back here because we have a 99 offense, 99 defense. Looking at our stats on the season on this very good year. Hartzell, almost 4,100 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 10 picks. 1,300 yards, 11 tutties from Etienne. Look pretty smart bringing back Bryce Love. The combination, it works. I don't know why it works, but it works. No 1,000-yard receivers, but the group itself was all fairly productive. Defensively, Derwin James, 111 tackles, 6 TFLs, 4 sacks, and an interception. 18 sacks from John Allen, 13 from Malcolm Brown. That's a nose tackle with 13 sacks. Buckner with 10.5. What is this, like the early 90s, late 80s Eagles? Jesus. Awuje led the team with 3 interceptions. MVP. Oh, there's Hartzell there, but MVP went to Josh Rosen of the Rams. Hartzell coming in at number 7. Coach of the Year. We didn't even win Coach of the Year. Come on. NFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Josh Rosen with Hartzell coming in at 9. Defensive Player of the Year went to Jared Davis with Derwin James at 2. John Allen at 3. Okay. Keep sleeping on us, individual. The team's success is far more important as we enter the NFC Divisional Round, and we're going to be taking on the team that knocked us out of our Super Bowl run last season. A rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. The 13-3 Packers going up against the 10-6 Eagles. Let's get into this game. All right, big 3rd and 2 on the 18. You want to move the chains here. We're getting pressured. We'll loft it up and you're like, oh no, you're 94. You catch that. Boom, run it in, Hartzell. Turnover from the Eagles. Hartzell runs it in, has his own little John Elway moment. Get a touchdown here in the first quarter. Oh, let's go, Etienne. 6 spin move. That was it. Spin move like that says Reggie Bush and the Marshalls. Another touchdown here. 2 straight touchdowns for the Packers, extending their lead to 17-zip. Oh, let's go, Etienne. Oh, he's so good. And I just figured out that this Eagles team, guess who their 2 defensive ends are? J.J. Watt and Khalil Mack. So burning off a 66-yard tutty to break the game open here a little bit in the second half is huge. Oh, he's just so quick. Etienne again, home run hitter. Using the aggressiveness of J.J. Watt and Khalil Mack against them. 75 yards again, Etienne. And Bryce Love, you know you had to do it to him. What's his name? What's his name? What's my name? There we go. Get that. Get out of here, baby. Get out of here. That is as dominant of a rushing attack as you could see if you ever use my custom draft classes. Just get Etienne. Etienne, Travis Etienne out of Clemson. That was one of the best, finest rushing performances I've put up on the channel in Madden 19 history. Maybe even in Madden history. We got to find that out. 300 yards! 300 yards for Etienne. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to the NFC Championship game, but that is absolutely ridiculous on All-Pro with all Madden sliders. In the championship game, the audio, again, I'm having some technical difficulties over here. I think my mic is getting close. I'm going to put it this way. I think I'm going to have to get a brand new microphone to all about Madden 20, which is kind of annoying because there's just a whole bunch of crackling and shit like that. So I was like, all right, let's just show the box score, and we'll get into the Super Bowl. So we were able to knock out the Rams 34-28, and Hartzell carried the load this time. 4 touchdowns, 369 yards, and a tutty. Etienne, you know, hey, we'll just add it. He has 377 yards, 5 touchdowns in 2 playoff games, which is absurd. Randall and Miller both had huge games defensively. We got 2 sacks there. No interceptions to speak of, but we are heading to the Super Bowl to take on the Tennessee Titans. Oh, let's go, Bryce Love. Take that up to the 6, 26 yards, down 6 against the Tennessee Titans here in the Super Bowl. I'm confident. I'm confident we'll be able to turn this around. Our quarterback's been hot. Our running back's been hot. Our offense is peaking. We just need some execution. We need someone to get open. That'd be great. Let's not get cute with it. 3rd and goal on the 1. Let's get the most dominant running back in rebuild history. Etienne. We'll get him on the C4 special. Even when it blows up. Even when the C4 special blows up, he cannot be stopped. He's not even a 99. He's like a 95 overall. It's not even like a super OP 99. He's just godly. He's a god. Look at that running. Look at that ref. Look at that ref. Looks like the dude from Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, let's go. Right across the middle, TJ Hawkinson. On just a last-ditch effort in the first half. Huge touchdown, Packers. Oh, we got them home run hitters, baby. Back to back. Bryce Love, Etienne. Doesn't matter who's in the backfield. We got that speed, and the Titans have no answer for it. 24-10, Packers. Final play of the game. It's over. 27-24. We finish the ultimate rebuild of the NFC North with our 2nd Super Bowl title. We won it once with the Lions. We won it once with the Packers. Unfortunately for the Vikings and Bears, it didn't work out. Definitely, I don't know, if I had to rank them, I probably would say that the Lions team that we won the Super Bowl with was probably the strongest. I think this Packers team and that Bears team we did the first time were tied for 2nd. And I think ultimately the Vikings that we had were probably the weakest team that we had in all these rebuilds. But I think we made 4 straight powerhouses. And this is our first completed version of the ultimate rebuilds. I hope you guys did enjoy it. As always, because this is kind of still a trial run, this is going to be, along with the Marshalls, the big series that leads us into Madden 20. We're probably not going to be able to do the ultimate rebuild for every single team. I'm going to stop doing because, basically I will get my hands on the new Madden like the last week of July. I want a little bit of like a breather, a little bit of a refresher just to not do rebuilds because these obviously take a lot of time. And I want when I just jump into rebuilds for Madden 20 to be kind of fresh. So we'll have, what was it? We got the 2nd week of June. We still got third week, fourth week. You know, we got 3 to 4 more weeks of Ultimate Rebuilds that we could do. So we could probably get through, like I said, 3-ish more divisions. So definitely let me know in the comment section below what division you want us to see next. My plan is right now, and actually probably by the time you guys see this, I'll be starting on. We're going to do the north of the AFC. Just because there's, you know, the Ravens have a really good roster. In terms of, like, we're starting in 05. You know, you get the Ray Lewises and stuff like that. But yeah, feel free to let me know what divisions you want to see me run through next. Obviously, we kind of did a little trial and error with the AFC East as the Packers hoist the Super Bowl there. Let's not ignore anything that we just saw there. But yeah, definitely know what divisions you guys want to see. I would say pick 2. I'll probably do the top 2 that we see in the comments, along with, you know, the AFC North, which will be the next one that we do. As always, if you're first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be going off in Madden 20. You're not going to want to miss that. So smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well, you talking the talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like, who are you stopping? Not me, I never. Not me, I never. Not me, I never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid.